Wow, what a 24 hours it has been. Last night, this channel was the first worldwide to report to you and break on YouTube, the very first channel on YouTube to break that the President of the United States had signed a second stimulus check package. A second stimulus check is now on its way to you. But what's in the second stimulus package as well? Since day one of this channel, I've been covering PUA and EIDL and PPP, and now all those things are coming back. No person has helped more people or going through so many strange types of applications you gotta apply for. And guess what? We're gonna do it all over again. Last night I asked you, do you need help filling out a PPP form? Yeah, I do. Can you make those videos? Okay, here we go again. So in this video, I'm going to go over what applications you need to get ready to fill out. They're not live yet, so please don't send me the DMs yet. Whether it's free broadband or free PPP, I'm getting you ready to get this moolah. There's a lot of moolah in this second stimulus package, in addition to the stimulus check. I'll go over when you're going to get them, how you're going to get them, where you apply, and ultimately get you ready to get first in the door, because this is first in, first out. With that, thank you for joining me for Early Mornings LALATE, the 6:30 a.m. edition, and let's get rock and rolling on Early Mornings LALATE. Hey, good morning, everybody. The toast is toast and the butter is butter. I'm here, you're here, and we have a bill. We have a bill, and we now have a law. The President of the United States last night signed into law the second stimulus package bill. We are done. We are done, but there's going to be a new bill today, as detailed in the video right before this, the Early Mornings LALATE 6 a.m. broadcast. There's going to be a bill to raise the stimulus check to $2,000. If you want to figure out how that's done, watch that video. But in this video, I'm going to go over the other items in the second stimulus package, how you get that money, how you apply, what's the routing times and all that. There's a lot of stuff in there, and I love how interested you are in these other items, because I am as well. If you've not subscribed, please subscribe, because boy, about to do 80 million views in about one day. We're about 79 million and a quarter. So today may be the day. 80 million views, 350,000 subscribers, 8 months. No one has ever done these numbers. No one has ever done these numbers, because no one has ever put the heart and soul into recording like this channel. I really appreciate your time and effort. There's so much happening in a given day, so I don't want you to miss anything. Yesterday, I went live not once, but 4 times, 3 times consecutively. As President Trump signed the bill, there was an emergency video, so I went live. Then when we found about the $2,000 stimulus revision for today, I went live again, and then I went live right after that. So I don't want you to miss a video. Subscribe to this channel so you don't miss breaking news. There's a reason why this is a 24-hour news channel, because I'm covering everything from head to toe, first, around the world, 24/7. Also, like this video, it really helps in the algorithm ranking. Over there, it's an instant premiere. You can chat with your buddies and talk about the stimulus check, talk about what you think is going to happen today. Do you think it's going to pass tomorrow? Do you think it has a chance? What do you think Mitch is going to do? Do you think Mitch is going to block it, or do you think Mitch is going to roll over? Fold up like a lawn chair? and ask them who left me some bacon. There you go as well. Boy, what a day it is, and with that, I have so much breaking details to get to you, and let's get to the breaking news. The breaking news is that the second stimulus package has a lot of incredibly great deal provisions in there. And in this video, I want to go over the deal provisions for you, the routing times, how they work. Do you have to apply for it? Is it automatic? I'll be doing this video quite often, and I want to make sure that viewers get this money as things come on. And as I learn more about the provisions, I'm going to update you as well, because they are very complicated, some of them. First, what I want you to know is that farmers are getting incredible relief. The bill provides $13 billion for direct payment purchases and loans for farmers and ranchers who suffered losses due to the pandemic. This is great news. So it'll either come in this form of an EIDL grant or a stimulus check. It's not very clear yet. It also includes funds to support food banks for food purchases, donation to food banks and local food services. That's also really needed. Now, SNAP, I got a lot of comments about it, and I think this is great. I think SNAP is going to come really quickly. $13 billion has been provided to increase SNAP benefits by 15%, providing additional food for food banks and senior nutrition programs, and to ensure college students have access to SNAP. So it does not give new eligibility for SNAP, but does increase SNAP by 15%. Also, $614 million for nutrition assistance for Puerto Rico and territories, and emergency funds for daycare. So I think that the SNAP, and I think that the ranchers and farmers aid is going to come really quickly. The SNAP may be coming as early as the end of the week. It's just something they sort of float in there. They just have to send the money out, and then it just sort of floats into the existing benefits. Nothing you have to do, all totally automatic. The farmers and ranchers, I don't know what this is going to be, how this is going to work. In May, they had a EIDL grant for farmers and ranchers where you applied, and boy, I did those videos. I did a lot of them. And I had farmers get money literally in 2 days. It was called agricultural grants. And ultimately, agricultural means agricultural. I had some people thinking, I transport, I'm a truck driver, I transport the plants. No, that's not, I transport the food. That's not agriculture, it means you grow the plants. But this is all really good news. Now, how about free broadband? How about childcare? How about rent? Yes, this is all really exciting. So the free broadband, rent, and childcare is for low-income families. Low-income families are generally about $49,000 2019 earnings. Childcare is provided in the bill. This is $10 billion of emergency funds for childcare sectors through the CCBDBG program. And in addition to $250 million for the Head Start program. So this is really good. Free childcare for low-income people. Next, broadband, which is internet. Someone said to me, what's broadband? It's internet. It's free internet. This is free internet for low-income families. This is really, really, really needed. This is for families who don't have access to Wi-Fi and need internet at home because they're on lockdown. They got to stay home. They can't be disconnected from the world. Other things that I cover in this video, I think this is the slowest one. If you ever dealt with an internet company, they're just slow. The government first gives them the money, and then the internet company has to, establish the accounts, and then you have to call and set up an account, and it'll be like 3 weeks from now. I'll be coming out 3 weeks to install your internet from now. 3 weeks, yeah. So I just anticipate you're going to get the internet by, February, March. I mean, February will be awesome. I just think that's fast. But I think this one will be slow, internet. Finally, rent. Rent, I fear, will be slow. And I think it's going to be a different rent under Biden. The Biden rent, I think, is going to look like the Pelosi rent program that I detailed on this channel throughout all of 2020. I had a rent show here every day at about 5 o'clock. It's on Afternoons LA. And it went over Pelosi's rent program under the HEROES Act. It was to create a federal agency. You would apply for the rent. You give them a copy of a lease, you give them landlords information, you give the utilities information, and they would just pay them. You wouldn't have to do anything. It was all automatic. It was all easy. This one, oh, goodness, I'm not excited about because it just sounds slow. It's basically purple. They're going to give the money to like San Diego County that had a rent stimulus 2 weeks ago. The rent stimulus is now gone. They're going to give the money to San Diego County, and then San Diego County is going to say, hey, we have a rent stimulus program. Come and apply. It's just slow because they first have to give the money to the states. The states are going to give it to the cities and counties, and then you got to go ask the county, hey, do you have it? This is for now. But ultimately, I think that ultimately Biden's stimulus, third stimulus, will have rent, and I think it'll be easier. It'll just be through a federal agency, probably like HUD or something like that. Not this thing. This is slow. How will the PUA, FPUC, and UI work? Let me go over them right now, and that is going to really, I'm going to get 1,000 questions about it, and I know it's going to be complicated. First, let me go over the eligibility. Your PUA and PEUC may be inactive now or may be active at the time of this recording. If it's inactive, your state's going to switch it back to active. How does it switch it back to active? I don't know. Either your state will require you to do something like press a button, or it will do it automatically. When it does it, you will become active. You will not lose a week of benefits. That's a good thing. You will not lose a week of benefits. You will have to certify for that each week, as you always do, as quickly as possible, so you don't want to wait. The faster you certify, the faster you get paid. How do you know when it goes from inactive to active? You just gotta watch that website, that unemployment department's website. And if they have alerts, if they have alerts like text alerts, email alerts, sign up for them. So you get an alert that, hey, you can now do this, you can now do that. And ultimately, if it does not have alerts, just go to the website every day. And then you're going to see at one point, it's going to switch from inactive to active. All right, so you're not going to lose any UI benefits. You're not going to lose any PUA benefits. But this is my concern for you. There may be a delay in receiving the payments for UI and PUA if your state does not have extended weeks of benefits, if this is now coming through this program. Because this came so last second, after many people's benefits had lapsed or gone inactive, I have been reporting to viewers for a while that your first week of January and second week of January's benefits may not be paid on time. You will get paid them. They just may not come on time. They will come. I think they may come late. And how late? Depends on how antiquated your state's unemployment computers are. It could be anywhere from 2 weeks to about a month. But to say that they're not going to be late, I think would be a misnomer. The only case in which they may be on time is if your state did extended weeks of benefits. And so they never took you to inactive status. They always kept you at active status. Okay, FPUC, when would your FPUC be paid? It would be paid going forward, starting, I believe, at the time at which the bill was signed. I have to double check that. When would you get the FPUC, physically get it? Again, the same time at which you would get the PUA and UI. Till when? March 14th of 2021. So this is all second stimulus. Biden is going to change all this. There's going to be a lot of changes. So eviction moratorium in here? Yeah. Is there a mortgage forbearance? There is not. So you better check and see whether your state or county has a mortgage forbearance, because if it doesn't, you better be careful, because the next 4 weeks until Biden comes in is a scary time for purposes of mortgage assistance. Student loan, there's nothing in the second stimulus. Stimulus check for adult dependents, there's nothing in this bill for stimulus. So when you look at all these things in the second stimulus package, which is the one that comes first? Which is the one that comes next? I believe that the first thing that you'll physically get in your hands from this bill is the stimulus check. The second one, or right around the exact same time, may be the SNAP benefits. They may come right away. Then I think that the EIDL grant may have the fastest turnaround time, because they pay sometimes in 24 to 48 hours. So they could have EIDL up and running in about a week. You could see that incredible turnaround. The next items, I think that the broadband will take about a month. I think that the rent will take at least a month. I think the child care and child support could be relatively very quick, a week, 2 weeks. And then the PUA UI, I already went over the routing times for that. I think they're going to be delayed about 2 weeks and at most about a month. And the FPUC the same time. So what you want to do financially is get yourself prepared for that first or second week of January, because it's a tight spot. It's a tight spot that first week or second week of January. If your unemployment benefits are coming slowly or late, I want you to be prepared for it. The reason I make these recordings is to prepare you and also to get you the money. I don't tell you things after the fact. I've never done that. I've always tell you things ahead of time. So I'm warning you that that first week of January, that second week of January, if you really are dependent upon unemployment benefits to pay your bills, they may come late. Ultimately, the best way to know if they're coming late, just call them up or go on your state's unemployment website, or just look and see, were you able to certify for benefits on the same time schedule you were able to? No, it was a week later. Well, that's Right there is a week delayed. Does it show processing the same day it usually shows? No, it shows processing 2 weeks later. So hence, you're immediately 2 weeks late. So prepare yourself accordingly. Ultimately, I think this is going to go on for at least 3 weeks until they catch up. And once they catch up, then you'll be back on schedule. Basically what's going to happen is, let's say they're 2 weeks behind. They're going to just throw those 2 weeks of checks right together, and you're going to get, bam, 2 weeks of checks and 2 weeks of FPUC at the same time to get you caught up. That's how they're going to do these things. A lot of details. I'm so glad you joined me on Early Mornings LALATE. If you did not watch the show right before that went over the check. It went over the $2,000 stimulus amendment that's going to be done today by Act of Congress. And it also went over what's in third stimulus. Meantime, also on this channel from overnight is Overnight's LA, EIDL, and PUA, which you really need to watch because EIDL is back. The EIDL grant is back. It has 2 provisions in there which I'll be going over in more detail in the next few days. I'm so glad you joined me. I'm so glad you've been part of this process. 80 million views, 350,000 subscribers. Let's keep on going. Let's keep on going. Number 1, let's go do it, baby. Have a great morning. Bring the toast, bring the bacon. And see me at 8:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time for Mornings LA. Have a great day.